Welcome to the Roasted Snow Horror Show,
where fear and dread go head to head.
Welcome to the show, where the screams collide, where blood runs cold, and the shadows hide. Each week a fight, two films will clash. Last week's champ, will it burn to ash? The Roasted Snow Horror Show, where fear and gore will always flow. One film wins, one must go. The Roasted Snow Horror Show. Lights go down, the fight begins. Which nightmare takes the final win? You pick your side, we'll break it down. The Roasted Snow, the goriest showdown.
and here are your hosts.
Chris and Ryan!
Welcome, everyone, to the Roasted Snow Horror Show. I'm your host, Ryan Rosted. Everybody thinks my last name is Roasted. Fuck, I already fucked that up. Damn, this is going to be a good one.
Good job, Ryan. Nice
Everybody
work.
thinks my last name is Roasted. Even not me now. With me is my co-host and good buddy, Chris Snow, the Snowman, the sexual Tyrannosaurus. Viagra with
Like
a
a
face. Is
Viagra
that what
pill
we
with
call
a
it?
face, baby.
There we go. And welcome back, guys. This is where fear and dread go head to head. I fucked up that whole intro, so this is going to be awesome. So take it easy on
You
us.
guys see what I deal with on a weekly basis now?
Yeah, sorry. Well, Chris and I, not to bring up bad things, but we had a little rough weekend as it goes to football. Chris's Packers lost a tough one to the Bears, and my Oregon Ducks forgot they had a game. So I have to ask you, Chris, since we both kind of experienced the both ends of the spectrum here, which would you rather have? Would you rather have a game like yours where it's close back and forth, you have a chance until the end, or would you rather have a game like mine where you're fucking destroyed before halftime?
I would rather get blown completely out of the water than the piss poor shit show that the Green Bay Packers decided to come for. How the hell do you... No. How the hell do you lead a game 21-3 at halftime, come out and get the damn ball back, and you lose the game 27-31? Get fucked. I hate Brandon McManus. They should have left him in Chicago. They should have left Rich Bisaccia in Chicago. Brandon McManus should be arrested and in jail. Fire everyone. Fire him right into the sun. Except Jordan Love. That man competed. He had 4 touchdowns and 350 yards. I am reliving the Aaron Rodgers era right now. We have a quarterback that can throw over 350 yards in the game and 4 touchdowns and still lose. Welcome to the Roasted Snow Horror Show, guys.
Yep. So a little backstory here. Right before we came on, we were talking football, and Chris literally said, I woke up this morning and I said I left all my anger and frustration in yesterday. I'm all good. So okay. To put it, sure, I would agree with you because I experienced a pick six on the first play, and it's 2 years in a row now that Oregon has not shown up in their semifinal game, or I guess that was quarterfinal last year. So, yeah, both going through it on the football side here. At least the Broncos did not play this week. Probably a good week not to play.
Got the Bills next weekend.
I know, yeah, that one's gonna be a good game. But the NFL playoffs, like, even if you take out your frustrations from last night, like, every single game has just been a fucking banger so far, except for, I guess, the one we're recording this on Sunday night, and I didn't get to watch the Chargers game, but it was like 16-3. That was probably the biggest dud of them all, but still, a 2-possession
Eagles,
game.
Niners, yep.
Everything fucking banger. So
I do have to say, just before we recorded the previous episode, I just got back from Comedy Works downtown in Denver on Larimer Street because our buddy Tim Dillon was down there tonight. You guys know Tim Dillon from Thanksgiving, of course. He's the security guard that gets his head lopped off.
Yeah.
Hilarious live show.
He's the one which, famously, he's fuck this.
Fuck this.
And just runs away.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. We can talk Thanksgiving all the time, but today, guys, I mean, hopefully you guys listened to our episode on Wednesday. We were talking to Ed with, he did Bitter Souls. He did a couple other indie films. Super awesome dude to talk to. Check out those movies. Check out indie films. If you want to know how a movie is made and just every little thing that goes into it. I mean, he was talking about how he was hanging off the side of a fucking mountain and he was having to stroke a fire. Like, those are just small stories that come into this. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Give us your feedback, roastedsnowhorror@gmail.com on all of our socials. But I want to get right into this one tonight because in the short time that we've had doing the show, this is probably the most anticipated release that we've had, that we have been excited to talk about. Guys, I'm wearing my Savannah Banana hat. I'm wearing my Savannah Banana shirt because this movie was fucking bananas. Okay, had a monkey. We're working in bananas, all right. So, we are gonna get into the. I'm not even wasting fucking time today with Roasted Snow Olympics. That'll be next week. I just want to talk this movie. So
you guys can tell how excited my man is about this film.
We will get going with the spoiler-free review. Do you want to talk about that one, or you want me to on the spoiler-free?
I'm happy to talk about it, but let me just jump in and say how fucking awesome this movie was. I mean, I went in. I actually hadn't seen the trailers for it until like recently, right? When the marketing campaign was wrapping up, because you were telling me in December about this movie Primate that's coming out. I walked into it. I don't want to say blind because, like I said, the trailers kind of jumped out at me before I actually went and saw it, but. Damn it, if I was not on the edge of my seat this whole damn movie, then I think it was super cool. And do I also want to say, people should not be keeping chimpanzees in their house as pets. They're not domestic animals. Don't do this.
This has been your PSA from the Roasted Snow Horror Show.
We're always looking out for you guys because we care about your safety.
Don't domesticate chimps. Although he's fucking adorable.
He's absolutely amazing. But I'm going to say this. You remember why he was acting the way he was, and we'll get into that. But you'll also, I don't know if you noticed at the very end of the film when they pressed one of the things on the iPad and it said something. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I mean, was the damn chimp bad all along? You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You tell me. I don't know.
Yep.
But we're going to jump in right now. So guys, this movie This movie, Primate, takes place, and the chimpanzee in the movie's name is Ben. That's why I call him Ben. But this movie takes place in Hawaii. And let me just say from the grip, the opening scene of this film is a veterinarian who enters an outdoor animal enclosure, and he gets attacked by a pet chimpanzee. And this thing rips his face off. That's how it kills him. It rips his face off.
It left me like this. I literally in the theater was like...
Yeah, it was genuinely like, what just happened? Needless, I don't know if you guys are very familiar. There are some not videos, but like there are interviews. I think Oprah interviewed a lady. She was up in the northeastern United States. I want to say New Hampshire or something up there. She kept a chimp. She kept it for years, thinking this is my pet, this is my baby, we get along, blah blah blah. Michael Jackson famously had a chimp named Bubbles. Anyway. Oprah interviewed this lady who had the chimp, her best friend, because out of the blue, this chimp attacked her best friend, and this chimp, just similar to this movie, completely ripped her face off, bit her ears off, bit her fingers off, ripped her eyes out of her head. You guys have to understand, chimpanzees are not to be messed with. Period. They're not domestic animals.
I think I read that they are 1.5 times stronger per pound than a human.
Yeah. What that means, guys, is a full-grown, pissed-off chimpanzee could probably kill a MMA fighter, a bodybuilder, easily, without even trying. They will bite your fingers off. They will rip it. I mean, they are... Have you ever seen an insert picture here, Ryan? Have you ever seen a picture of a hairless or a shaved chimpanzee? It's just, you guys can see the picture now. It's just muscle. They're just little things of muscle. Like, they will rip your fucking face off, and that's exactly what happened in the very first scene of this film. This veterinarian, Lambert's his name, he walks into this animal enclosure. You're not really knowing what's going on, or, it's kind of setting this exposition, but he walks into this enclosure. They're clearly in Hawaii, and the chimpanzee attacks him, rips his face off, kills him. Okay? So it's a little bit in medias res. We go back a little bit and we learn that the primary focus of the movie, 36 hours earlier than this happening, is a college student, Lucy. She's going back to Hawaii. She's spent years away. She's going to college in the 48, lower 48. She's going back home. She's going back home to Hawaii to visit her family. She has a couple of friends, Kate and Nick, who are going with her. And there's also a third person. They didn't want to come. Her name was Hannah, but she's not really that relevant. She's not really that important. They also meet a couple. Yeah. They also meet a couple of guys, your typical bros, Drew and Brad, who are just looking to go to Hawaii to party, which I can't blame them. They're in college. If you got the money, go do it, right? Anyway, so they land in Hawaii. They go to Lucy's home. They invite those two guys to come over and party later that night. I think it's all going to be fine. Lucy's dad, Adam, I think was his name. And by the way, before we get going, can I just say how awesome that house was that they lived in?
One of my notes is how much was that fucking house?
This is, you guys, number one, it's on Hawaii, right? So already millions of dollars there. But this house is like, it's built into the side of a cliff. It's got like infinity pool. I mean, yeah, this guy clearly
into the infinity pool.
This guy clearly sold billions of. I mean, this is like J.K. Rowling level fame. I'm not kidding you. Like this house is incredible. So we'll come back to it when we hit the spoiler version. But long story short, her father Adam, he's actually deaf and he communicates through sign language.
And actually, the actor himself is deaf.
Yeah,
I read that.
They used a real deaf actor for it. Yep. And they have a pet chimpanzee, Ben. Needless to say, he's super smart. You guys obviously know chimpanzees are incredibly intelligent. And they've been taught to communicate using, or I should say Ben has been taught to communicate using like a soundboard. Think of like an iPad that you could just press different buttons and it'll say things for you. He uses a soundboard on this tablet. And Lucy's mother, who has passed away, is her late mother, has designed this for him. And Lucy gives him a teddy bear. It's super cute. And suffice to say, something happens to Ben that Adam, the deaf novelist, asks the veterinarian to check out. So there is an explanation as to why this chimpanzee is going crazy and actually killing the residents of the house. Needless to say, spoiler alert, that's what happens. But something happens that makes him do this, so it does make sense. And yeah, the bulk, the meat and potatoes of the film is Lucy and her friends trying to survive in this huge house with this chimpanzee who is actively trying to kill them.
Yeah, and I mean, the premise on paper seems really stupid.
If you guys ever saw Stephen King's Cujo, the film, very similar. Mom and son are just trapped in the car, and there's this junkyard dog that's terrorizing them, right? It sounds silly, but it works.
Yeah. Well, and that's what drew me in was the initial trailer, because automatically it looked... A lot of these creature features are an animal, whether it be a shark or a monkey or, whatever, fucking Bambi. they never... It's always some bit of CGI, and I wasn't sure. This movie, it did have an actor that was in, it was like a half animatronic suit type thing, playing the chimp, playing Ben. Because I had to look up after the movie. I'm like, did they use a real fucking chimp in this movie? That's how realistic it is, and that's what really brings it home, because it doesn't seem ridiculous when you are watching it. And like Chris said, he was on the edge of his seat. So was I. It's one of those, because you can actually put yourself in that position, not necessarily having a pet chimp, but if you were face to face with an animal that is that strong, that can crush you in a second, that is erratic, what the fuck do you do? It's not a serial killer where they have a human brain where you can outsmart them, you can do this, you can do that,
or reason with them.
Right?
It's like a Terminator.
This is completely unpredictable. I love that you brought up the house, because the whole movie I'm just like, God damn, what is their mortgage payment?
You guys can just Google the picture of this house if you guys haven't seen the film. Highly recommending you.
I'll put it in right here.
Google the picture of the house from. Good call. Put it in right here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So as you guys can see, the house is just. I mean. And these are just small snippets of it, because they do a lot of aerial shots, like zooming out from the infinity pool, because the infinity pool does play a big part in this movie, as we will talk about. I have a lot of notes for this one, and It's not a perfect movie by any means. There are some stuff I have some beef with, but god damn, man, there are very few movies, like we said in that opening scene, where you just sit back. Like I don't know if I audibly gasped, but I wouldn't be surprised if I did. Like I literally, like no joke, I'm like, holy fuck!
They jumped right into. I can't understate like how quickly they just jump in and show you that this is going to be, and this is not like. The chimp killed the guy. This movie, I'm going to tell you now, this movie's gory as hell. Like, gory.
And practical gore, not CGI.
Yep.
No CGI. If there was CGI, it doesn't look like it. Especially this first one, because every horror movie, you need that one that jumps out. Spoiler alert, guys, this is where we're going. This is the spoiler cast now. Get the fuck out if you want to see it. Yeah. And I say, go see it, because I've talked to people that say, like, no, it looks stupid, and which I totally get. On the surface, it does look pretty dumb, but
chimpanzee hunting
go
people.
See it. It is a, the hype, I believe, is real. Some people have said it's not. They're expecting something like, I don't know what they're expecting. A jump scare every 5 seconds. I have no idea, but this one definitely hit for me. But we're going into the spoiler cast, so as Chris said, this veterinarian, and he's a nice guy. He's in a Hawaiian shirt. He's just like, oh hey, I'm gonna get the teddy bear. Blah, blah, blah. It's
what's his name? It's Rob Delaney. He's in Deadpool. He's in Deadpool. Yes. Deadpool 2. He's the normal dude. Larry, I think is his name. He goes skydiving and he has the blue shirt on. Totally normal. That guy.
Peter. Peter's his name.
Peter.
I don't know much about this Cable fella, but I guarantee he hasn't killed as many people as Melanoma has.
Yeah. So, and every horror movie, or at least most of them, have that first scene that like jumps out. So okay, something isn't right here. At this point, you don't know that it's, if you've seen the trailers, like he is normal to begin with, and then something happens when he's not. So this already threw me off, because I thought like, this is where an attack or something was going to happen to Ben, not the other way around. So he chases Ben into this, I don't know, it's a small little enclosure. Crawl space.
It's for Ben, they can,
Mm-hmm. And so he goes in and he is pulled in by Ben. And at this point I'm like, okay, so then it's going to fade out to something, and nope. The face comes out, and then the claw just Harvey Dent's this motherfucker. He's Two-Face now.
I am Two-Face. I have two faces. Okay? I'm Harvey Dent and I'm Two-Face. I'm Two-Face and I'm Harvey Dent. Okay, you know what? Let's start over. What do you see? Harvey Face. Good. Now what do you see? Scary Face. Okay. Put them both together. What do you see? Two-Face. Yes. What have you done with Harvey and Scary Face?
And it is gory as can be. And that is the very first scene that you're getting on here. And as Chris said, it goes 36 hours earlier. They're on the plane. You get a little exposition here, and this is a beef that I will have going forward, is that this movie is an hour, 29-minute runtime. I think that this movie's particular, and usually I say movies can cut it down. This one should have extended to a 2-hour runtime, because I felt that the development in some of the characters was a little bit rushed, which I'll get into a little bit. But as Chris said, it's Lucy and Kate. They're presumably they've been childhood friends, and then Hannah, third wheel, comes, and there's even an awkward scene where she's like, oh, I actually have that middle seat, and then so I can talk to both of you, blah, blah, blah. Clearly a literal metaphor of her getting in between this friendship. So she does that. They meet these douchebags. I was surprised you got their names, because I was just like, whatever, they're going to fucking die anyway.
Yeah,
right?
they're fodder.
Yeah. So yeah, they get their number, blah, blah, blah. When they get off the plane, what's his name? Nick? Is that his name? Nick?
Nick's the boy. Yeah.
Yeah. So Nick is Kate's brother. And so clearly, like, they have all been friends for forever. They're going to go, stay at Kate's, Lucy's place, because I keep saying Lucy Lou, which is, it's what Charlie's Angels reference, whatever. That's what I was like. Okay, Lucy Lou. She's white, so it's a little weird, but that's what I took from it. I'm like, you're not Lucy Lou, but yeah. So they go back to this fucking shack of a house that nobody will ever want to live in.
No.
God damn, it makes me hate
this
my
house
life.
Yeah, I know.
So here you get to meet her family. It's her sister is living there. Erin, I believe, is her name. And then her dad, Adam. And this is where I wish that they had spent a little bit more time, because they, obviously, they keep saying before you meet the dad, like, oh, dad's leaving again. That's what he always does. So you kind of get the idea, like, oh, is he like a neglectful father or whatnot? Couldn't be further from the truth. He loves his kids. He doesn't necessarily like to do these things, but it pays the bills. And obviously...
yeah, living in that house, you clearly need to pay some bills.
Yeah. So I thought that was a little odd, and where they're like, oh yeah, he's leaving again. It's like, dude, he's deaf, and he's trying, like, he loves you guys. And obviously the sister, Erin, is not happy that Lucy doesn't come home very often. They have some talks about that and whatnot. And then here is where you meet Ben, the chimp, and he truly is, and again, this is where I wish more development went in, because they do truly see him as a member of the family. He's smiling, he's hitting the iPad, he's loving everything. And a note I put in here is when he's doing the iPad, because he's like, Lucy, hi. It's that lizard meme where it's like, lizard.
Mm-hmm.
Lizard.
Yep.
So, yeah. Donkey Kong hits the lizard button. That's what I'm going to say on this. But so you see that, and they do this fun prank where they, they scare Hannah with him, and she's like, what the fuck, you have a chimp? And it's like, yeah, that's probably what I would say in that situation.
Yeah, same. I'd be like, I'm out. Bye.
Yep. So the dad's leaving. There's a dare. They're going to call these guys to come on over and, party, whatnot. And there's some exposition here about, like, did Lucy and Nick did they like each other? Obviously Hannah likes Nick, so like there's this triangle type thing going on.
A little awkwardness.
Yeah.
Sexual tension, college age students.
Mm-hmm, all that.
I was
it's
young
in
once.
this, right. And actually, let me back up. Before the dad leaves town, because again, it was 36 hours earlier, so then this is the next day. He goes into, he sees Ben, and Ben is, he's pointing to his arm. He's like, so you see that he was bit by something. And you see that there's a dead mongoose in his enclosure. Adam, he wraps up the mongoose, and he's going to drop it off at the vet. They're going to run some tests on it. He locks up Ben in his enclosure, and tells all the kids, like, look at Ben, he got hurt, he should be fine, just leave him in his enclosure, everything's good. Not something you do in a horror movie, because, that's
nothing
a
ever
smart
bad
thing to
happens
do.
from that.
Yeah, well, I mean, this was smart, though. He locked him up, everything's good, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I'm going to call the vet, and then blah, 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 here you go. That's why the vet was there. Obviously, it's hard to relock an enclosure after your face gets, ripped off. But that happens later that night. Obviously, they're partying, they're hanging out in the pool, they're having this great time, they're in this house. And I forget how it happens. They don't, like, Ben just pops out, and they're like, how the fuck did you get out?
Well, he had started acting strange, and that's when the veterinarian came and checked on him. And remember, the veterinarian didn't, Lambert, he goes to check on him, Ben kills him, and then he gets out from his enclosure, and everyone goes to sleep at that point.
Oh,
They get out, everything's fine. They all just go to sleep. And then Kate wakes up, and she sees Ben just he's almost like a zombie. He's just kind of shambling around.
Right, and this was part in the trailer where Kate's like, something's wrong with Ben, and like there's some really cool shots here where like his face is going up to the glass door, and it's really well done, because this chimp that you saw a little bit earlier that had this sweet face, now you can see it slowly turning menacing, and it's really well done. like I said, it was. Oh man, I can't talk about it enough.
It's really good. Damn, is it good?
Yeah. So obviously, this is where you start to get into the horror aspect of the crux of this movie and how this chimp is going to start picking some people off. It's not a snap thing. I think I can't remember if it's before he's locked up in the enclosure or not, but he kind of aggressively goes towards Hannah, and then that's when Adam has to come in and
he was acting a little aggressive after they wake up. Right? We forgot to mention Lucy gives Ben the teddy bear at the beginning. She gives a teddy bear, and then when they kind of see him, when they wake up, and Lucy kind of sees, Kate sees him just kind of shambling around. She wakes Lucy up. And they go look for him, and he's vanished. They can't find him. And then she picks up the teddy bear that she gave him because he'd left it behind, and it's stained with blood. And that's when, right. At that point, they hear the noise out by the pool, and that's where they discover Ben's acting pretty aggressive towards Nick and Hannah. Which, who knows what they were doing out in the pool.
Right, studying.
Yeah, studying. That's what the kids do.
They do, yep.
Especially when they're in a house like that in Hawaii in an infinity pool.
Yeah, with no supervision whatsoever. Yep. So, and like Ben is he's acting like he's going to charge at him, and he's making all the monkey noises, all this. It's really unsettling because you're like, he could attack at any moment. Obviously, Lucy comes down, and she has this connection with him and is trying to calm him down, and she gets him to calm down a little bit. And they're trying to go for, there's a rope around to try and get him
restrained,
subdued a little bit, and they're doing this, and they get it done, but then Aaron makes a pretty big mistake and gets a little too close, and Ben, he gnaws straight into her thigh, and he rips shit out. And this is one of the tamer parts of the movie, as far as the violence goes. He rips it out, so now they have no idea what to do. They panic, they get her into the pool. Because they say
they all jump in the pool.
Yeah, they all jump in the pool because they say, "Hey, chimps can't swim." And I don't know if that's actually factual or not, but let's go with it is. I haven't Googled it, but any chimp experts out there, feel free to correct me. But
there's another reason he won't get in the water, but we will get to that as well later.
Yes, and actually, the opening credits actually say it. I forgot about that, but you kind of tell where it's going from the opening credits, but. He won't get in the water, but he's getting agitated. He's foaming at the mouth a little bit. He's he's stalking them. He just, they're in this pool. They don't know what to do. They're able to wrap the guy's Nick's shirt around her leg to stop the bleeding. But you can tell it's a really interesting dynamic because they're in paradise. They're in this great thing. Hey, anybody would love to be in this infinity pool. But there's a chimp there, an erratic chimp, that you have no idea how you're going to get out of this, whatnot, anything, everything. And then, what happens? So
this is where they're all in the pool, right? And like I said, it is an infinity pool. And if you guys aren't, you've shown the house, right? Show the pool right here.
I'll show it again. Yep.
Show the pool. Mm-hmm. So you guys know infinity pools. They have. There's basically no edge to it, or it doesn't look like there's an edge. And this is key because they're all in the pool. Ben won't get in there with him, but he's just watching them, and he's just kind of stalking around. Nick tries to be a hero, and Ben he's on the cliff facing the edge of the pool, and tries to be a hero, and he tries to push him off. Sorry, Nick tries to be a hero and push Ben off. But Ben is a smart chimpanzee, and Ben grabs Nick and throws Nick off the edge of the cliff.
And kills his head, and they show his head goes straight into the rock. And,
think Midsummer.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yep. And this is also kind of where it was I wish there had been a little bit more development because I'm like, okay, granted, they are scared for their lives, but there's no internal debate on if they should kill the chimp, even though this is a member of their family. He's just going to go right for it, which, he's trying to be a hero. It seemed like the smart thing to do at the time. Nick is gone now.
Nick's dead.
And there's a lot of things that happen in the pool. There's another part where, and maybe I'm jumping around here a little bit, but we're just going to stay in the same setting, where they're in the middle of the pool, everything's good, and then all of a sudden you see Ben's hand come down and grab Hannah's hair. And I think he even starts to rip the scalp a little bit. Doesn't get her totally, but he has actually climbed on the lights that are above the pool and been able to reach down and grab her. So he does stuff like that, so they can't actually figure this out. Turns out that the mongoose that bit him was rabid. So now he has rabies, and the blip that shows up at the opening credits is it's talking about how they have an aversion to water and how it really irritates them and agitates them if you are
Hydrophobia.
Yep, hydrophobia. If you're infected with rabies, so
and the way we find it out is because Lucy, she actually, when he hurts him in several ways while in the pool. It's actually kind of scary. He does a few things to him, but Lucy gets this large pool floaty that they can actually just rest on because they've just been floating in the pool. They can rest on this thing. They're not necessarily safe from Ben, but they do end up just kind of passing out again because he's not around. So they get up. Ben has disappeared. He's not stalking the side of the pool. It's almost like a video game, right? Like you're in the room and the bad guy's trying to get in, and you hold him off long enough, and he just disappears again, right? So Kate and Lucy decide, hey, we've got to get a phone. We need to go to one of our phones from the living room so that we can call and get some help here. Unfortunately for Kate, Ben is sort of waiting for them, and he has a rock in his hand, and what he does to Kate at this point is the last thing that ever happens to Kate. He smashes her, he doesn't even smash, he crushes her head with this rock. And it's just, again, think like a watermelon just popping, and that's probably the best way.
In a super realistic way. I mean,
yeah.
And actually before that, sorry, this is just coming back to me, but it's a scene I remember. Kate and Lucy actually, so they get out of the pool together because they're going to go into the house to find the phone.
Get the phone.
And they get there, and Ben comes back in, and so they hide again. Horror movie 101. Don't hide in a fucking closet. It's from Halloween on. Don't hide in a fucking closet. But it's
There's
one of
no way out.
Right? It's a closet where obviously it's the horizontal panels so they can see through, and it's actually a really funny scene because he's watching Dora the Explorer, Ben is, and I was like, oh, that's kind of sweet. He's calming down, and then Swiper comes on, and he just he fucks the TV up.
He loses his mind. He's like,
yeah. So I put in my notes, I was like, Donkey Kong hates fucking Swiper. But so that was just a scene, and obviously there's a chase in it, and it's actually, I don't want to downplay it because it's really well done because even when they think he's not around, they accidentally hit the TV remote or they hit a chair or something. And I'm just, if you guys know anything about me in this show, it goes back to the Dream Eater episode. I didn't realize this was going to happen when we started doing this podcast, but apparently I get really annoyed at interior design. And
I knew this was going to come up for you, dude.
So, and it's not even what is there, it's what they do with it. There are shots so many times in this movie, there's this massive ceiling fan, and each time they show it, it's going faster and faster. I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to see who gets fucked up in the ceiling fan. Get to that a little later, but fuck ceiling fans, let me tell you that. So they have the chase scene, and again, I don't want to downplay it. You guys need to see this movie if you haven't already seen it.
It's solid.
But and that's kind of where The Rock comes into play, where Kate gets got. She, R.I.P. She gone. So which again, it's like they didn't really play up the, hey, like, is their friendship really threatened by Hannah? Is it this? Is it that? Blah blah blah. Again, I won't try and harp on that too much. I feel like an extra 30 minutes would have done this movie just greatly. But
now she's dead, so they can't be friends anymore anyway.
The pieces were there to make it a very emotional story. But you know what? Hey, they did what they had to do. That's fine.
Well,
I'm not going to hate them on it.
And this is where it's important because you had mentioned earlier about the rabies. We go back to Adam, Dad, the deaf dad. He's obviously pretty worried at this point. He's been texting Lucy. She's not responding because she doesn't have her phone. He ends up leaving the event that he's at early because the lab that had the mongoose's body that bit Ben. He was able to recover that. They did let him know, like, hey, this mongoose tested positive for rabies. So now he knows, like, oh, shit, that thing bit Ben. He has to be infected by it now, too. So he leaves so he can go home and take care of it. No, not knowing that Ben is already... I want to say, is psychotic the right word? He's already rabid, I guess is the best way to put it. And murdering all these kids at the house.
Well, and he's foaming at the mouth the whole time, and his snarls getting more and more, detailed.
There's a little bit of suspension of disbelief here, because to my knowledge, it takes like 3 months for rabies to actually do this. But
in Hawaii, it speeds up.
In Hawaii, it's sped up.
Yep.
This
movie's
rabies.
they could have put in an extra half hour to do a time lapse on 3 months, but
there you go.
And there's another part where they're in the pool, because they go in and out of the pool a couple times because that's where Ben keeps chasing them. They're able to get a phone. The only people they're able to call are the douchebags from the plane. And they're able to FaceTime them, and this part's in the trailer too, but the call gets disconnected. I think this is actually where Ben's hand comes down and takes Hannah, but she doesn't die. She just, gets an unfortunate little mini haircut. So the guys end up coming. They show up, and I mean, they see the house is just ransacked. The TV's broken, and of course it's like The Hangover. They're like, man, these chicks know how to party. It's the two guys, and they're looking around, and the house is silent. Like, there's no one there to their knowledge. Like, man, they must be in the bedroom waiting for us. And so one of the guys goes downstairs, the other goes upstairs, and the guy goes upstairs. This part was also in the trailer, and this was the part I was most interested to see, because he, of course, he's total douchebag. He goes into Lucy's room and is just, there's pink stuff everywhere or whatever. He lays in the bed and he's like, all right, I'm ready for you. And then he looks over to her nightstand and there's a picture of, the family with Ben. And he goes, who the fuck has a pet chimp? Well, right on cue, here comes Ben. And he, he's just like, oh, hey, monkey. And
What's up? You sure this is the right place?
Who the hell has a pet chimp?
So Ben, this is a really well done scene, because his face just slowly comes into view, and he gets very close to and this douchebag. He is I know he has a name. I'm just calling him douchebag, but he
it's starts, Drew, Ryan. Drew.
Drewshbag?
Drew.
Drew, fine. He had a name, whatever. He starts internally panicking because now he is cornered. He is pinned by this chimp. And what I put in my notes is that this was a jaw-dropping bedroom scene.
What a fantastic way to put it. I like how creative you got there.
Yep. So Ben, I don't know what leads him to, but he puts his 2 fingers into Drew's mouth.
He's just he's kind of being slow, menacing chimpanzee, like, do. I'm not going to kill you.
Yep, and then he's like, I've seen Saw, let's do the reverse bear trap thing. And it's still slow, though. You can see the flesh on it just slowly start to spread apart, and then he totally rips his jaw completely off. It's on par with the opening scene. Not as shocking as the opening scene, because you don't know what you're getting.
I'm seeing it again, and I'm just like,
it's disgusting. His buddy comes up, discovers him, freaks out. And then this is where Ben, I didn't realize, but apparently Ben had been in World War II, Call of Duty, because
I thought of you at this part too. I think Ryan's going to have something to say about this.
I had World War II PTSD here. And it's a little mini shovel. It's a Ben-sized shovel.
It's a perfectly Ben-sized shovel.
Yep. He fucks up other douchebag, like he was in Point to Hawk. And this is where things things really start to ramp up. I know it's weird to say because the guy just got his jaw ripped off, but Hannah's able to get out of the pool, and she makes a run for it. She, I can't remember if she encounters Ben prior, but she gets the keys from the douchebags, or she thinks it's the keys to her car, or whoever's car they were in. She gets in her car. She's able to escape. She hits the lock button, and she grabbed the wrong keys, because the keys are to the other car. Ben, being the smart chimp that he is, got the correct keys, so he starts unlocking the door, and she tries to lock it manually. So it's this big cat and mouse type thing. She's trying to call 911 at the same time. And of course, you can understand 911 is, she's like, I need help. He's trying to kill me. He's trying to kill me. They're like, where are you? She's like, I don't fucking know. I'm in this big glass house on a cliff.
She has no clue. Yeah, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm. Didn't get any address whatsoever.
Exactly.
So she's trying to, like, who is? She's like, this chimp. He's trying to kill me. And at this point, you see the, again, a lot of this was in the trailer, but they didn't give anything away, which I like. They actually, like, really made it, it was a lot of anticipation here, because you don't know what's going to happen. The trunk opens up, and Ben climbs in, and it's this really cool scene where Hannah's sitting there, and then you just see Ben come in from the side. She gets out of the car, is able to escape momentarily, and then he pulls her back in off screen.
911, what's your emergency?
Here, just send the police!
Ma'am?
He found me.
Which was the cool scene from the trailer. I loved it. And then, I don't know, Chris, how, you want to describe this? How exactly...
Ben finds the key fob to the car, and into the car's cabin, and I guess the best way I could say is, if you guys have ever seen your cat, like, maul something, like, maybe you've seen your cat, like, maul a toy. My cat Anakin likes to maul his squirrel toy, and what I mean by maul is you just kind of...
Does he Darth Maul it?
He doesn't Darth Maul it, but that's a very good way of putting it, because Ben fucks Hannah up. It's basically the best way I can put it. I mean, he beats the life out of her. Literally. Mm-hmm. He does kill her. Hannah dies.
Yes. And no more Hannah.
No more Hannah.
She, which again, you don't know what she could have been, what other conflicts that they had. The only thing that saves the audience, especially if you're a little squeamish, doesn't save you entirely, obviously, but is that it is dark outside. Like, they probably could have shown a lot more. But so now Hannah's, just to recap for everyone, Hannah's dead in the car. Kate is dead on the staircase. Douchebag Drew is dead in the bedroom upstairs. Other douchebag is
Brad.
outside dead. Yep. He's dead outside.
Nick is dead. He's been pushed off the cliff.
Yep, he's been pushed off the cliff. The glass door has been shattered by Ben. At this point, Dad Adam comes back. And he drives up, and he doesn't really notice anything out of it. He doesn't open the car door. He doesn't know that...
So we should say, everyone's dead except Dad and his $2, Lucy and Aaron. So all of the friends that Lucy brought over, all of them died. Everyone.
Yep.
So they're all dead.
Yep. And this is a really cool scene because it does the... it really drives home the fact that Adam is deaf, and it actually takes away most of the sound. You can still do, like, thumps, if you can hear that. It really mimics if you were deaf. The audience is now deaf because he's going through the living room, and obviously, in his mind, they were just partying, whatever. He even takes a slice of the old pizza and starts eating it. Meanwhile, Ben is dragging Lucy to a different room behind them, and he can't hear any of it.
She's screaming.
Yep, she's screaming, and it's really heartbreaking because you don't know if she's going to die at this point. And he can't find her. He ends up going upstairs, and that's where he finds Drew and his the jaw-dropping bedroom scene.
The jaw-dropping bedroom scene.
Yeah, and then you'll have to help me out with this one because how does I can't remember how Lucy gets out of her predicament with Ben. I know that they have a moment.
Yeah, I mean, for a brief moment, it's almost like he recognizes her, right?
Mm-hmm.
That it's very reminiscent to when she comes home and she gives him the teddy bear and they share the moment, like, hi Lucy. Like it's just a moment of, call it lucidity. And
lucidity.
See what I did there? But her and Aaron actually, both, well, Aaron's not really subdued by Ben, but she's able to get out of the room, and her and Aaron get a hold of Dad. You know, they can't obviously communicate everything that has happened, but they make it pretty apparent that Ben has done all this, and Ben is no bueno. And another small chase scene occurs, and they get upstairs to the second floor, and they happen to trick Ben to come out onto the balcony, and sure enough, they knock Ben off the balcony, and he falls and is impaled on a broken table leg. I think it was a broken table leg.
And this is where it pisses me off, because every single scene leading up to this, they show that goddamn ceiling fan, and he ends up getting impaled on the broken table or whatever.
Table or something.
I thought for sure he was going up into that ceiling fan. They never paid it off.
Yeah, he's gonna get caught like with a rope or something, and it's gonna choke him out.
Yeah, something. I thought it was. There's nothing to hold back from at this point. You keep showing the ceiling fan. Like, maybe we can have that producer on this show and talk about why they teased me with that goddamn ceiling fan. we should make a worst house of horror, and it would be the staircase from Dream Eater leading up to that ceiling fan.
Idea for a film. Check it out.
Yep, there we go. Yeah, no one will see it, but we will. So
that's all that matters.
Yes. And then Chris alluded to this earlier, but throughout the movie, he's using this tablet to communicate, and he's like,
well, remember, the police have actually traced Hannah's call that I don't know what I am. So the police show up at this point.
Right, and throughout the movie, Ben was using this iPad to communicate. He used it at the beginning to be like, Lucy, hi, love you, Lucy, this, that, I love Lucy. And then when he gets evil, when he gets rabid, he starts saying like, Lucy, bad, Nick, dead, Lucy, bad, and then and the cops get a hold of the tablet, and then Chris, if you want to take it away, the last line here.
Yeah, the last line is the cops get a hold of that tablet, and they accidentally press one of the things, and it just says, Lucy, bad, Lucy, bad, Lucy, bad, which leads me to believe like there was something going on before he even got bit. But that's a story for another time.
Right. Well, I mean, no, because Ben is gone. But that is Primate. And it is an experience. You kind of feel like you survive it. And it was one of those movies. Actually, my very first note was... I almost filmed a little short for it walking out of the theater, but I thought about it, and I'm like, it was one of those movies where I sat there right after the opening scene, and I was nervous about the movie, and I'm like, why the fuck are we doing this podcast? Because now I put myself in this stressful situation to watch this movie, and why am I doing this?
Why do we do this to ourselves?
Right. That was the moment that I lived for, though, because I had so much anticipation for this. It did not let me down. Just seeing if I missed any of my notes here. Let's see. No. I said Harvey.
Lambert got Harvey dented. Is that what you said?
Yeah. I said Harvey Dent makes an appearance there at the beginning.
Swiper.
I said Ben is the. Yeah, I got that one. I said Ben is the lizard meme. The jaw-dropping bedroom scene. World War II PTSD. And there is another... They do bring the shovel back into play. That's neither here nor there. We just always have to mention it on the Roasted Snow Horror Show. I said no fucking ceiling fan payoff. And a longer runtime to develop would be great. So that's what I got. What are your final thoughts on Primate?
Don't fall off balconies. Don't keep chimpanzees as pets. They're not pets. How many times do you need to see these horror films and see news reports? You don't keep wild animals as pets. We all saw Tiger King. You don't keep... All the people who keep wild animals as domestic pets, you're all weird. and I'm not going to mince words saying it, you're all weird. Don't keep chimpanzees as pets. You don't know. And whether or not they become rabid is beside the point, because all it takes is them freaking out one time and they will rip your fucking face off.
Dude, Siegfried and Roy. They weren't their pets, but they, you know, for entertainment purposes, yeah, they had that show for, what, a decade? Multiple decades?
Like 25 years?
Yeah. Then one day...
the lion was just like,
I'm done.
Don't want to do this with you anymore.
Yeah, and that's why I wish this movie had showed Ben more as the Ben that we know, the good Ben, because...
Maybe instead of that first... Maybe during the opening credits, like a montage of Ben growing up with his family and being a sweet monkey, and... Yeah. Chimpanzee. And then play that first scene where he gets Harvey dented.
Right, because it's just... I mean, he's so cute. I can't put it into words. Like, as much as... Like,
he's a chimp. Chimps are cute.
Chris just said, don't have a pet chimp, but I'm like, that's the type that I would have.
I kind of want one. Michael Jackson had one for like 2 years.
Yeah, we can do everything Michael Jackson did, right? I mean, I can moonwalk.
I want $150 million.
Yeah. So, yeah, that, I mean, guys, it may look ridiculous, but give it a shot. It's such a damn good movie. I don't think you guys have to worry about where my judgment is going on this. It's knocking the fuck out of Anaconda.
We sort of have an undisputed champion on our hands at this point.
Oh yeah. But we are going into a murderer's row of, no pun intended, of horror movies coming up in January.
And we've got Scream right around the corner, buddy. And I think I already know how much you're going to love that film.
Fuck. See, but that's when you build it up in your own mind, it lets you down. It can let you down. That's what I was worried about with this one. After the first scene, I'm like, fuck, it's beating Anaconda. I was like, yeah, if you put the snake from Anaconda up against Ben... It could be interesting. I don't know. Like, the Anaconda's got the size, but he's also CGI, so fuck that.
Ben's the feral chimpanzee that will just bite you and rip you in half.
Yeah, so it doesn't even go without saying this was an early round knockout for both of our movies.
This was an Ali versus Sonny Liston knockout.
Yeah, this is didn't Jake Paul just get knocked out? It's like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll put that picture in right here.
Yep. Look at that broken jaw.
But yeah, I mean, as much as I trashed a couple aspects of this movie, it was all in good fun because that's what it is.
And this is another one of those horror films that, again, rooted in reality, right? I mean, I bet none of us know someone who has a pet chimpanzee. But if they did, if he decided to go on a murder streak and just decide, you know what, I'm done with this domestic shit, and I'm going to kill all of you, there's not much we could do to stop it. Unless you are a Second Amendment-bearing citizen like myself, you might have a chance.
Even then, I don't know. I mean,
they're chimps. They're extremely smart.
It's like an impaled table. Like, what if Ben had gotten a hold of a gun?
That's totally possible. Chimps are insanely intelligent.
Man, yeah.
Can you imagine? What would that movie be? Chimpanzee with a shotgun? He just walking around with a shotgun. I would pay money.
The recoil shoots him back 10 feet. Yeah, and
pay money to see that movie.
The characters in this movie, they do like like Hannah for sure. She's just like, why the fuck do you have a chimp? Like, she's the only one like has like an actual
rational
realistic
thought.
Yeah, because even like Nick, he's just like, oh yeah, no, that's Ben. He's part of the family. Yeah, and in this house they have like little ropes and stuff. I don't know if you noticed it for like Ben.
Yeah, it's like enrichment for a chimpanzee. Yeah. I have little things like that for my cats all over the place.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, is Anakin gonna, go to the dark side? And
never. Okay. That animal has only hissed at me one time when he was a kitten. He is the sweetest thing you'd ever know.
Okay. Well, good.
That's why I can't rename him Vader. I've considered it.
Yet.
See if it becomes an ornery old cat.
Right. So we led into it a little bit for next week. We are. I was going to lead into it, but our murderer's row keeps going. We have 28 years later, the Bone Temple.
I'm so excited. So excited for this one.
So we have that one. In between now and then, if you guys haven't seen 28 Years Later, go and watch that. It's on Netflix. It's readily available. That's not my suggestion for this episode.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen the films leading up, like 28 Days Later and then 28 Weeks Later, make sure you watch those as well. I know Ryan's not a huge fan of 28 Days Later, but yeah, definitely. I mean, it's almost guerrilla filmmaking. It's the 2005, I think they shot that. And it looks like it was shot on an iPhone, but I think it's fantastic. And then, yeah, it leads into, obviously, this trilogy that they're doing now. We're on number 2, The Bone Temple. And I believe the first one's on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken.
The whole series might be on Netflix, actually, because I don't know if they did a package deal when they brought 28 Years Later on there. But, yeah, it's... and 28 Days Later, it was more just the time of my life when I saw it. And I've never been the biggest zombie guy. It's weird that we're going to have a zombie chimp sandwich here. 3 weeks running. We're going to have, Ava Skywalker and the Bone Temple right in between. But yeah, so that's going to be next Friday. That's what we're going to do. Wednesday, we haven't figured out what we're going to do. It could be another
mystery.
top 5. It could be, I don't know, maybe a Welcome to Derry type thing, now that that's a little open and shut. Again, guys, we don't talk Briar very much at all.
It's a grab bag.
No,
Who knows what's going to happen?
You know what you're getting Friday, and you can, mystery box on Wednesday. But with that, what is your suggestion for this week?
So I have a really fun one for you guys. This is an older film. It's 2013, I think this one came out. There is a sequel, which I have not seen. I need to put it on my list and check it out. But I am going with the film Contracted. Are you familiar with it?
I'm familiar with the title, and I remember the trailer, but I haven't actually seen it.
So the premise of this film, guys, is, I'm not going to lie, it's pretty disgusting. The opening scene, essentially, is a disgusting necrophiliac man who has relations with a corpse in a morgue, and that corpse has a toe tag that has a biohazard symbol on it, which means, yeah, you probably shouldn't touch this. Anyway, this same man, unfortunately, crosses paths at a party with our heroine, our protagonist of the film, a girl named Alice, Samantha, at a party. And she is unfortunately under the influence, and she has a liaison with this man, although she does not consent to this liaison, so trigger warning.
So this dude's just a great dude all around.
Just a great dude all around. Great guy. And unfortunately, he passes something along to her through this liaison that is slowly turning her into zombie, maybe? So it's slowly happening over a period of days and weeks. And rather than, your average zombie story of someone getting bitten and turning within, a couple hours, this takes place over days and weeks. So it's extremely interesting. It's extremely disgusting. In fact, there is one scene with a bunch of millworms that I don't even want to mention. It's something you kind of need to see for yourself, and it's just one of the most shocking things I've ever seen on film. But by all means, check it out. It's called Contracted, older film, extremely creepy. The very last scene of this film sticks with me as well. So check it out.
I don't know if I will.
Have you ever heard of zombification as a sexually transmitted disease? Well, now you have. And now there's a movie.
What's the... sorry, I just have to know what the sequel's called.
Contracted 2.
Okay, well, that's easy. At least it wasn't something... Okay, I thought it was going to be like Contracted to Electric Boogaloo. I don't know. I'll get to my recommendation here in a second, but it just made me think of it was a different movie that I watched. It's not a horror movie, but I just have to talk about it because it's one that was on a lot of previews, especially if you went to an AMC recently. I believe it was sponsored by AMC actually, but has Dave Franco. It's called Regretting You. Watched that with my wife a couple weeks ago, and I have some thoughts because a basic premise of this movie is that there's two couples, and each of their spouse. So Dave Franco's wife and this other chick's husband are together, and they die in a car crash. because they were having an affair. So the whole movie goes blah, 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 but they have this super happy ending. And I'm like, are we not going to talk about the fucking trauma this daughter's going to go through about the fact that she just lost her dad and her aunt, and her dad was cheating on her mom. It's just, I was like, how the fuck are you having a happy ending? So I just had to get that off my chest. But regretting you, I regret watching it. But my true recommendation, my horror recommendation, because that's what we are here for. It's one is very recent. It recently got put on Shudder. It's one that we actually talked about in the inaugural episode of this show. And it's one I wanted to go with the animal theme, so I'm sure you know where I'm going with this. But it's called Good Boy. It is a doggy horror movie, which we did talk about in our first episode. This dog does not get rabies. He does not fuck people up. It is the perspective of the dog as his owner is going through a paranormal possession. That's all I'm going to say. It is so sad, but it's so well done. The only thing you're going to miss out on, because I don't believe they have it on Shudder, but when I saw it in the theater after the movie was over, they did a little featurette on how they filmed it with the dog. Because the dog, I think it even won a Best Actor awards at some film festival, which is justly deserved. Like, the eyes and this dog actually conveys the emotion that's needed for the movie. And yeah, it's heartbreaking. It's sad. Anytime you put a dog in a movie like this, it's always pretty sad. Marley and me, we're not going to talk about that. But
I don't want to cry tonight, Ryan.
I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's go back to rabid chimps. Yeah, so they do a little featurette on how they got the dog to actually act in this, and it actually took place, I think, over 4 years, and they couldn't rush a scene. They had to do it. It's an indie film, which is ironic because the dog's name is Indy, and it's a film done by Indy, his real-life owner, so it's really neat. I'm sure you can look up the featurette on YouTube, but yeah, check it out. It's not the scariest thing you'll ever see. There's a couple good jump scares in there, but it's really just emotionally taxing because this dog is so helpless in so many ways because a dog can only do so much. So, love your pets.
He's such a good boy. Mm-hmm. Needless to say.
And Chris touched on it in our first ever episode, is that it makes you go home and hug your pet. Like, I'm so sorry. Like,
you really want to.
Yeah, and so it's definitely an emotional one, so be in the right frame of mind. But it was the only one I could think of right now that, it was animal related, other than Cujo, obviously, that I wanted to get out there. So check out those. Definitely check out Good Boy. I don't know if you want to check out Contracted.
I expect you to watch it, and you know what I want you to do? I want you to
do
watch
John's Jingles?
That's exactly what I was going to say. I want you to watch it because this is absolutely a John's Jingles kind of film. And you know what? We need a new John's Jingles film.
Yeah,
you know what? Have John watch it and live stream
and
you, live text you, and we'll make a John's Jingle out of it.
There we go. The return of John's Jingles is imminent. So check out Chimp. Check out Primate. Check out these. We love you guys. Thank you so much for all the support, and keep on listening. Keep on spreading the word of mouth. Check us out on our socials. Email us at roastedsnowhorror@gmail.com. Again, we say it every week. We love doing this. We're bringing more aspects into this as often as we can.
Really hope you guys enjoyed the interview with Big Ed earlier this week. We had a blast doing that. We love doing those kinds of things, and we hope to hear your feedback around some questions you guys like to ask, because I think more of those episodes will be coming.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as the interest is there, we are more than happy. We could talk all day. We love talking to people that want to talk these as much as us. You guys are here because you love horror movies, and that's why we want to do this. So thank you guys again. Couldn't do it without you. Chris, couldn't do it without you. As much as we disagree sometimes, I love you.
Love you, buddy.
About the Packers. Have to throw that jab in here.
Sorry about Oregon. Right back at you.
It's every year, man. But go Savannah Bananas! Yay!
Hey!
And hey, Savannah Bananas, if you want to sponsor us, I'll wear this every week. I'll wear it every week.
I'm happy to put one on too. Just put it out there.
We're sellouts. We'll do it. I don't care. All right, guys, take it easy. Watch scary movies.
Thanks for listening to the Roasted Snow Horror Show. please follow us on our social media pages and tell your friends.
Pretty please!